All right, this is another episode of What's Next. What's next for Curtis Blaydes? Curtis Blaydes just came off that amazing win over Alistair Overeem at UFC 225 with the elbows, just razor blades over the elbows. Over the top of the forehead. Split the guy open. That was all she wrote. Right now, Curtis Blaydes, that fight, so before that fight, Curtis Blaydes, I think he was ranked number 7. That fight jumped him up to number 2. He's the number two heavyweight in the world right now. He's right underneath Francis Ngannou. Okay. So we all know that he lost to Francis Ngannou in his first fight in the UFC. So he came in, his first fight in the UFC was Francis Ngannou, and he lost. TKO, doctor stoppage, right? Since then, Curtis Blaydes has been on a run. He has not lost a fight since then. He's 10-1. He's 10-1. So, and he's beat some good names. You know, he's beat Oleinik. Alexei Oleinik. He wasn't, Ezekiel choked. That's always a plus. Then he beat Mark Hunt and he beat Alistair Overeem. All right. So I think that what's next for Curtis Blaydes is the winner of Francis Ngannou versus Derek Lewis, Black Beast. I think that's it for him, because if Derek Lewis wins, then that'll be just another test for Curtis Blaydes. You know, and if Francis Ngannou wins, I don't think a win over Derek Lewis gives him another title shot. So if Francis Ngannou wins, then he can fight Curtis Blaydes and let Curtis Blaydes, basically it'll be a test still for Curtis Blaydes. He needs to go back and test himself so that we can see growth. How far have you grown since that Francis Ngannou loss? You know? So, I mean, he wasn't brutally KO'd. He wasn't brutally KO'd like Arlovsky and Alistair Overeem, but he was still TKO'd. So I think that that's next. No matter what it is, it's a test for Curtis Blaydes. That's what's next, is a test. A test is next for Curtis Blaydes. He's fought the old guys. Now it's time to go and fight the younger guys. Now it's time to fight a little bit younger guy. Guy's a little bit sharper, a little bit faster, hasn't been hit as half as much. Time to fight one of those guys. If he can get past a Curtis Blaydes, if he can get past a Derek Lewis or a Francis Ngannou, he's definitely next in line. And I know he said he's next in line. He should be fighting for the belt next, but it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I don't think that's the move. I think that he needs to fight the winner of, Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou. It'll give the heavyweight division time to settle itself, because it looks like, after Stipe Cormier, it looks like they're trying to bring back Lesnar for a belt. Check out my video on that. Brock Lesnar coming back not to fight John Jones, but to fight for the heavyweight belt. That would be horrible, but it would stall the division, but if that's what happens, then Curtis needs to go ahead and go for that test. Go for that tough test. Because Stipe is no joke. Stipe Miocic is no joke. And he is the favorite to win over Cormier. And then if he has to fight Cormier, he's got a better chance against Cormier. But Cormier is also no joke. So you might as well take a test before you go up there and fight for that belt. Might as well take a test right here. Test yourself. Ngannou or Derek Lewis. That'll be the test that you need. You can get past those guys. You might go into the next fight. You won't be the favorite as fighting a champ, but you might go in there with a little bit of fanfare. Anyways, I'm excited to see what happens next for Curtis Blaydes. I hope that he catches that winner between Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis, and then they can do a number one contender bout. They can make that a number one contender bout. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.